What's up, guys? Here we go with a new segment. You guys asked and I delivered. We have the 2024 Georgia schedule breakdown / outlook on the season. All right, let me start off by saying you're returning one of the best quarterbacks in the country, Heisman hopeful Carson Beck. You also added Trevor Etienne out the portal from Florida. Hurt my heart, but he is a great player. He's explosive. He's a playmaker. And when you look at the weapons that are surrounding Carson Beck and Trevor Etienne, including the offensive line, Georgia's loaded, man. As long as Kirby Smart's there, the defense is going defense. I don't think you're going to have to worry about the defense. Now, let's get into the schedule breakdown. All right, here we go. This Georgia schedule is brutal. Let me say that first. Georgia, despite being one of my favorite to win the national championship, may not even be able to run the table with this schedule. Now, they could. I could see it. Let's start off Clemson and Atlanta. This is one of the tougher games that anybody's going to start out with. A Power 5 team that in the past has been really good, but I think Georgia's too talented, so I got the Dogs winning in Atlanta, starting out the season 1-0. Next on the schedule is Tennessee Tech. I think this goes without saying. Tennessee Tech overmatched. Georgia's going to start 2-0. Next, the Dogs are going to travel to Kentucky. Brock Vandergriff and company will be outmatched. I just think the Dogs roll here, 3-0 to start the season. Next, and what could be the game of the year, the Dogs travel to Tuscaloosa to take on Kalen DeBoer and the Crimson Tide. And, man, I think this is going to be a barn burner. I do, however, think I like UGA winning here. Veteran quarterback, I know Jalen Milroe has started several years too. I don't know what offense the Tide's going to be running, but Carson Beck is used to this offense, and I think they get it done in Tuscaloosa. Good game, though. Next, the Dogs take on Auburn between the hedges. Now, Auburn is not quite where they need to be able to knock off Georgia, in my opinion. They are headed on the right track with Hugh Freeze, but I think the Dogs start 5-0. I like the Dogs at home. Next, the Dogs take on Mississippi State in Athens. And for what I can tell, it's going to be a new coach with Jeff Levy, but same results. The Dogs, Georgia Dogs, are undefeated in the last 4 against Mississippi State. I think they make it 5 in a row, and they get to 6-0. Next, and what could be the game of the year, the Dogs travel to Austin, Texas to take on the Longhorns. Now, Steve Sarkisian has been cooking up in Austin, and they've gotten a lot better, and I think they might get it done here. I do. I'm going to pick an upset here. I don't even know if it'll be an upset. The Dogs got a tough schedule, and I think they fall somewhere. I'm going to pick Texas to win in Austin, and the Dogs fall to 6-1. Next, unfortunately for me, is Florida in Jacksonville, the neutral site game. I don't think Florida's quite ready for Georgia yet. Billy Napier may be on his last leg at Florida. We'll see, but he's just not going to be able to get it done against a talented Georgia team, and the Dogs move to 7-1. Next, at Ole Miss in Oxford, Lane Kiffin versus Kirby Smart, Jackson Dart versus Carson Beck. Offense versus defense, I guess you could say. Man, this is going to be one of my favorite games to watch this year. I'm looking forward to it. In my opinion, Lane Kiffin hasn't proven he can win the big one yet. Now, this may be the year he does it, but until he shows me, I'm going the Dogs. The Dogs move to 8-1. Next, Tennessee rolls into Athens. I haven't looked at their schedule yet, but I would assume they've already dropped a game or so. I like the Dogs at home. Nico will be maturing around this time, though, and Josh Heupel can call an offense. So is the upset possible? Sure. But right now, I'll take the Dogs, and they're 9-1. Next, UMass rolls into Athens. I think this goes without saying. This is domination by the Dogs, and they can rest some banged-up guys that have been banged up during this incredibly hard schedule. And last but not least, the Ramblin' Rhett from Georgia Tech comes to Athens. I expect the Dogs to win here. I think Georgia Tech hired Brent Key, and I think they did a good job in the hire, but they're just not ready yet, and they may never be. Georgia finishes the season 11-1, and I have them in the SEC championship game and the playoff. And that'll do it for the breakdown of Georgia. What a great season I plan on them having. Let me know in the comments what team you want to see me do next.